If possible, one step forward, please.
Dr. King Parker was speaking of AI and how leaders are shaped in today's complex nature. Today, I would actually be speaking about something relevant to this era. Anywhere we go, whatever we say, we meet a big buzz of sustainability. Now, leadership is some process that probably we all know, and sustainability is something that we also all understand. So sustainable leadership is actually a management approach that provides solutions of environmental, social, economic challenges in the world. And the world is too complex. By nature, sustainability during the last 200 years, we've been fighting to come up with some goals that we could share globally and speak about sustainability as a common goal, common target for all of us. Then recently, in 2015, probably the United Nations came up with the sustainability with its 17 goals and 169 targets. This can give you that view how difficult it is for leaders today in a complex, uncertain nature. Someone assumed to be a leader and come and manage it. Leadership by itself is complex. So now we have two complex things. The 169 targets for a person who comes with a process to administer and manage that complexity. I thought of probably 5 characters that a leader could follow to be a sustainable leader. One is the long-term vision and ecocentric mindset. It has to be relevant to the ecology today. Because if we do not really be eccentric about specific, it would be difficult for all of us, frankly speaking. So top leaders really, on the sense of long-term vision, have or should inspire emerging professionals to incorporate insight into their world of view, to reduce the negative impact that people have in their environment. So that long-term vision has to be there if you really want to be a sustainable leader. Without it, you would probably be missing the best part of your ability. Second, we all think of leadership being established. So establishing a cross-boundary leadership network, like what we see today. Today, we see leaders from almost all over the world. I was taken by the ability of all of you to communicate. I came here a stranger. Now probably I will leave here with very good connections, very good friends that all of us could make to create leaders, or maybe to become leaders. So that is the boundary that we have to cross is essential. If we do not cross these boundaries, then we become within that silos, just speaking to ourselves and assuming that we are global leaders. I tell you, we are not. Till we cross that boundary and coordinate our actions together, connect our strengths together, make sense of what we do together. That's single hand. The third, I know I'm running out of time, but the third would probably exercising influence without authority. Most of us want to be exercising actions if we have the authority. If I am at this level, I would act. If I am not, then I can't be influencing anybody. So a leader need not to be appointed to be a leader. All of us, maybe we must have met in closed rooms with someone sitting at the head of the table, chairing the meeting, and somebody is probably sitting at the corner. No one knows. But by the end of the meeting, you would realize that whoever was heading the table was not the leader. The one who was in the corner could probably be a global leader. We've seen almost in all our meetings, our life, our activities. Leadership is not given to us. Leadership is an authority that we exercise, and we find ourselves within that global leading, coordinating, strengthening, and make sense of what we do. That is the third. The fourth is the most difficult one, as I've seen in my life. Working with complexity, uncertainty. The nature today, particularly when we talk about today's world, is complex. We assume that the AI, as Dr. Kate was speaking, would make it easier for us. Unfortunately, it didn't. It made it more complex. It would probably make us more able to get information. But getting more information is not the best part of the things that we should do. How we coordinate this, how we make sense of this information that we get. So that complex nature of today's world makes us extremely reluctant to even think of being global leaders. With the uncertain environment that we see today, most of us, probably, I believe that most of the audience here have traveled from one place to another. To that judgment, maybe they would probably, with the uncertain nature of our environment today, they might not be able to go back home. Simple as any environmental condition, any reason, with that uncertainty that we face today in our world. So it's not easy to administer your task and say, I am a global leader, because I have the knowledge, or maybe I have the education. No. if you cannot deal with the complex nature of your environment globally, I believe all of you here came to listen to someone global. You don't want to listen what we've done here in United Arab Emirates. It's really great to speak about it, but I believe that your mission is more of a global mission, more of putting things together, more of thinking ahead. What would happen if? I always think that a global leader in a complex nature, just like a chess player. A chess player, for him to probably be ranked as a high ranking, he should at least read 100 steps his opponent would go. If he does this, I'll do that. If he does this, I'll do that. A global leader should actually, with this complex nature that we face today, should actually be another chess master. The fifth, and probably the last, believe you from me, recognizing the importance of leading oneself. If you are not a role model, if you cannot lead yourself, if you cannot lead within your family, if you cannot lead within your country, you cannot be a global leader. You have to show that momentum that you are a leader wherever you go by showing the example on yourself. Yes, I lead myself for the good and bad. Yes, I lead myself to what I should be doing next. If you cannot lead yourself, I'm not sure if we can globally become leaders. While coming here, I wanted to conclude with some good examples. Now, if I make it so difficult that leaders should have 1, 2, 3, and these are the minimum things that I have just put them together in last night. But while coming, I thought, Abdullah, where is the example that you would leave the people who came to listen to you? Today, we are on September 12th. In 3 days' time, all Muslims would actually be celebrating the birth of Prophet Muhammad. On the blessed occasion of the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I extend heartfelt congratulations to the entire 2 billion people, Muslims, celebrating the legacy of sustainable and compassionate leadership. Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, not by us as Muslims, by all, is or was a leader at the time when leadership was so difficult. 1,400 years ago, or maybe more, the climate in the region was similar. Big fish is small fish. 2 powers in the world. Very strong powers. And others are working under these powers. A man came to unify these used to be working under these strong powers and make a dynasty that has been taught over. Thank you very much. I'm very sure.